to the pond today, and I had some very amazing things happen. So I had to tell you guys a story about this frog that was jumping all around the world. The frog on the lily pad likes to jump all around the world. The frog on the lily pad likes to jump.
Hello, math students. Mr. Zacek here. Little silly song, but to get us going. And we're going to do a little review. I'm just going to talk very briefly about the type of graphs that we're going to have, and should be, today is about building confidence, so you know how to do. Show you a couple little things to be on the lookout for. But systems. When we're talking about systems, we're thinking about the points of intersection. Okay, whether that's one or more than one. And we've looked at three different types of equations that we can have. Lines, y equals mx plus b. And remember, our m is our rise over run. Our b is our y-intercept. We want to look out for special cases. X equals a number is a vertical line. Y equals a number is a horizontal line. Okay, so you got your special cases. Again, whoops, how can we tell? I'm writing in the wrong box. Y to the first power, x to the first power. That's when you have a line. Okay, there's no power greater than 1. You got to have a y and an x. You could have, like our special cases. Well, that's going to be a line. Now, in a parabola, we could have y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And how do we tell here? Well, we got y to the first power and we have x to the second power. We looked at the formula for the axis of symmetry. X equals negative b over 2a. And then we talked about, plotting a table of values. And the graph is either going to open up like a cup, down like a frown. All right, parabolas. And then the last was circles. X minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals the radius squared. So how do we tell here? Well, we've got x squared and y squared. Now there might be something else attached to it inside the parentheses, but ultimately we're squaring x and we're squaring y, and it has to be a plus sign in between. It doesn't work if it's not a plus sign. Okay, and so we're going to graph our center, which is hk. Remember, the reminder here is you have to switch the signs, and then our r equals the radius. So for us here, a lot of times that's going to mean we got to do the square root. All right, so 4 examples for us to go through very quickly just to sharpen our skills up. The first is 5 minus x squared and y equals x plus 3. Well, hey, this first one, that's a parabola. Now we could rewrite that as negative x squared plus 5. But you want to see in this that your value of a is negative 1, b is 0, and c is 5. So don't be confused. That's just a little trick of where things were switched around. Okay, but we've got y to the first power and we've got x squared. That's our parabola. So let's find our axis of symmetry. X equals negative b over 2a. So negative 0 over 2 times negative 1. Well, hey, anything over 0 is 0. So in our table, 0 is going to be in the middle. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. 1, 2, 3. I like when 0 is in the middle. It just makes it a little bit simpler, a little bit easier. So now we're going to substitute some values in for y. Again, if you have a graphing calculator, you can use that to help you. And at negative 3, it's going to come out to be negative 4, 1, 4, 5. There's our symmetry point. So then we're 4, 1, negative 4. Okay. Well, there's our parabola. And then for our line, our slope is 1 over 1, and our y-axis intercept is 3. I'm going a little quickly here. So as we graph, we go left 3, down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go left 2, up 1. We're going to go left 1, up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, at 0, we're at 5. And we're just going to get that symmetry there. Okay, freehand that. I may need more, so I'm not going to go too far past. And now I'm going to graph my line. Well, I got to start at 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going up and right 1. I already hit a point of intersection there. I'm not going to go too much past it. I'm going to go down and left. Wouldn't you know, we hit our other one right there. Just do a couple more just to get the shape of that line. Okay. And use our straight edge. Okay, y equals x plus 3. So we got that point of intersection, which is the point 1, 4. And this point, which is the point negative 2, 1. Negative 2, 1. And those are our solutions. And I want to just label a couple other things. Let's label y equals 5 minus x squared. Label our axes. And there we go. We got it. Okay, number 2 is a good one. Here's a parabola. You know, you could easily just go ahead and push pause and come back and take a look at it. If you don't want to do that, I'm going to go through this here. First one, got y to the first power with an x to the second. There's our parabola. A is negative 1, b is 2, c is 4. So x equals negative b, negative 2 over 2 times negative 1, which is going to be positive 1. So our table there, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just, you know, the 1 is just the middle point there. That's your axis of symmetry. Okay, as you're entering that in, if you're using a graphing calculator, make sure you use the negative sign in front of the x squared, not minus. And so at negative 2, it's negative 4. 1, 4, 5, 4, 1, negative 4. So we got some things there. And then for our line, as we look at our line, we've got x plus y equals 4. If we subtract x, okay, now remember the x and the 4, they don't like each other. So that, you know, I say just bump that 4 over. The x is the bully, our slope is negative 1, and our y-axis intercept is 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot these. Let's label our axes, x and y. So we're going left 2, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going left 1, up 1. At 0, we're up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. At 1, we're up 5. Okay, and then we're coming back down. 2, 4, 3, 1, and 4, negative 4. All right, so again, I don't want to go past what I've plotted. I could draw that a little bit better, but we'll just keep moving. All right, and then, hey, what's our slope is up. We're at here at 4. We got a point of intersection there. And now we're going down and right. Negative slope. Boom, there's our other one. Okay, down and right 1. And or up and left. Just get a few to get past. Okay, let's draw that in. Let's label these. So we get, I like to go back to the original, x plus y equals 4. For our parabola, it's y equals negative x squared plus 2x plus 4. Again, you could look at this on the graphing calculator too, and you could find those intersections on there. That's another way of just doing that. So we've got 3, 1 as a point of intersection and 0, 4 as a point of intersection. So there's our 2. All right, so we've got 2 of the 4 done. And let's look here now in number 3. We're going to have a little different variation. Okay, we've got x squared plus y squared equals 16. We've done this one a bunch of times. Okay, well, hey, what do we have happening here? It's a circle. Center is 0, 0. R squared is 16. And R is 4. Probably should have a little more variation with the circle equation over this. All right, and then y equals -4. Hey, that's a special case. All right, that's going to be a horizontal line. Remember, x equals vertical. Make an x equal sign, stretch your arms out vertical, then make a y, make an equal sign, stretch your arms out to the side, y equals horizontal. So you have your x-axis, your y-axis. Your center, 0, 0, okay. Radius 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, go to the right 4, go down 4, go to the left 4. Now again, on your quiz, you want to try to use a compass here as you're plotting those. Okay, mine's off a little bit. I'm going to try and redo that. That one looks slightly better. I'm still off a little bit. And then my line, actually let me just do that one more time. Yeah, that's close enough. My line is y equals -4. Well, that's a horizontal line right down here. Now that's only going to hit at one place. So here's our line, y equals -4. This is x squared plus y squared equals 16. X marks the spot. 0, -4 is the solution. Okay. So that, it can be one point of intersection. It could also be no points of intersection. All right, here's our last one. Okay, again, we've got x squared plus y squared equals 25. The x squared and the y squared tell us circle, so we're thinking center radius. The center again here is 0, 0. The radius is going to be 5. And over here, x minus y equals 5. Now we want to write that in slope-intercept form. So we're going to subtract x. Now be careful, bring down -y. And then we're just going to slide that 5 over so we can write it in slope-intercept form. Now a lot of times people forget to bring down that -y. So at that point you're going to divide by -1. Y is going to equal x minus 5. Okay, very important little step there. And so for this, our slope is 1, and this is -5. All right, now we've got our point here, 0, 0. Let's do the circle first. Now 5, this time we're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the east. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the west. Okay, I'm going to use my compass tool. I'm going to do my best to get that on the center. I don't think I quite had it there. That looks a little bit close. I'm still off. This is tricky. Okay. No, that's off. So, whoops. That definitely isn't it. Alright, hang on. Okay, something like that. Alright, now with our line, we've got y-intercept of -5. Oh, hey, there's going to be a point of intersection. And a slope of 1, so we're going up 1, 2, up 1 over 1. Hey, there we go. There's our other point. 2 points. Okay. Again, a little bit sloppy with my graph. So we have y equals x. Original. Go to the original. X minus y equals 5. And we've got x squared plus y squared equals 25. We want to label the points of intersection. Don't forget to do that. So this would be the point 5, 0, and 0, -5. Well, sometimes you have to do a little bit of like Pythagorean theorem to check for the intersection point. A lot of times they like the right triangles, the 3, 4, 5, just to be aware of. And I just want to add one question on here, just because we haven't done a lot of this on this one. But what if we have x minus 5 quantity squared plus y plus 2 quantity squared equals 12? Okay. Well, that's a circle. So I want to find the center and the radius. So just as a reminder, the center, switch the sign. Minus 5 becomes plus 5. Plus 2 becomes minus 2. And then r squared is 12. So we take the square root. Hey, this time it's not a perfect square. So what's the largest perfect square that goes into 12? Well, 9 doesn't, but 4 goes into it 3 times, and that's 2 square root of 3. So you may see it, in that form, but definitely with that center, you want to do that. So hopefully you're feeling confident with those, and you're going to spend some time studying to get ready for our quiz for this unit. Thanks for coming along and following along with me. Okay, goodbye.